So you've been living in survival mode so long that you almost can't tell, and the other people around you can't tell either. They all think you're functioning fine. You probably are functioning fine, but you've been shouldering something. And this burden reminds me of your shell, which for a Cancerian is a very important protective device. And sometimes Cancerians, who you know that you are nurturing people, that you like to make other people feel comfortable, a lot of Cancerians are healers. Sometimes the energy that you put into that is like a shell, so you don't have to confront a rather probably uncomfortable, and let's have a look, difficult fact. Ooh, I like this for you. Okay, we get Firestarter and we get the open road. Sometimes freedom is even more difficult to deal with than restriction. Okay, we talked about in August, like the last since 2018, that you have been hiding this burden, being in survival mode, dealing with this burden, getting on with things, maybe just getting through your everyday life the way that we have to, pay the bills, look after people, all of the rest of it. But underneath, the universe has been cooking something up for you. The eclipses are going to remove this burden, okay? The second eclipse that we have in Pisces in particular on the 28th of August, oof, that's like a tidal wave that'll just knock the pack off your back. And at first, I don't think it will feel good. At first, I think it's going to feel like that dizzying feeling of the restriction kind of kept you safe. That's really important. Restriction kept you safe. So what does freedom do for you? I absolutely bloody love this for you. The open road. It's open to you. And this, you may be the fire bearer. This is something that happens every month. Every month there is one sign, at least, sometimes two, that usually isn't a fire sign, that gets to be like the bearer of the torch. And it means that fire will come into your life in different ways and just light it up for you. And I love that. Us water signs, you know, unless you've got, and let me know in the comments, let me know your big 3 or your big 5 if you like. Unless you've got, oh yes, ka-ching, hang 10. Unless you've got fire in your chart, as water signs, we go by on feelings, we go by on, you know, waves. And that's great. It makes you creative. It makes you sensitive. People come to you with their problems. You make good therapists. You make good healers. You make good mothers. You look after fur babies. Oof, I like this. But now, fire comes into it. And it might make you behave a little different. People might notice this. People might not like it. Because you're not quite going to be the same, as in it's not going to be sudden, things aren't sudden, but there's an evolution of fire here. There's an evolution where you're coming into your own and you're learning to speak up more, and you're learning to speak up more with your behaviour as well, with saying no a bit more often than saying yes, with being a little bit less accommodating, but also looking through the lens of being the main character and being kind of on your own journey. I hate the word journey, the J word, but it is. Being on this open road. Things are opening up for you. It's not quick, it's not all happening in September by a long shot, but you're going to get a sense of it. You may get as well, sorry, we're in a heat wave in here at the moment, I'm absolutely boiling. You may get signs of this, and it could come through signs and synchronicities. Let's have a look in my Signs and Synchronicity deck, and then I'll tell you about those two gorgeous cards. Right. Itchy nose. Yeah, look. First of all, we have when the sun is in Pisces. So this isn't until February, March 2027. Believe me, September, October, November, December. Yeah, it's only, oh my God, it's only 6 months away. Eclipse energy is about 6 months. So this is your kind of next cycle. You're on the next cycle. And it feels as if it starts in September, and you're going to get opportunities, but they're going to be really, really small. It says here, on the day that you believe it, okay? You're going to start to believe it. You're not going to have the whole belief in September. Yeah, when your belief aligns with your desire, okay? And I would add something to that. It's not just on the day you believe it, it's on the day that you're willing to stand up for it, which for Cancerians is never easy. For any water sign, it's not easy. It's not our strong point. It's not what we were here to do, really, and it doesn't happen to us that often. Most of the time, we're willing to go with the flow, okay? But there comes a point where that comes in, and also that. 9 of Cups. This is a beautiful card. It's Jupiter in Pisces. It's a very deep card. And Pisces is a very unlimited sign, and its Jupiter is quite an unlimited planet. So it's the energy of wide, lack of limitation. And I guess what this whole reading is about is if you took fear out of the equation, I'm going to write this down. If you took fear out of the equation, what would you choose? I love that for you. This is you choosing without fear. If you take fear out of the equation, what do you choose? And here it is. It's freedom. It's this open road. It may, and we'll have a look at specifically love relationships in the second half of this reading, it may be that you don't want the restraints on you that you would normally put up with. It may also be that you are more of a commanding force, that you feel more powerful in your relationships, or that you just feel clearer about relationships that you had felt muddled about. It also will reflect back in the behaviour of other people, family, friends, lovers, you know, people you work with, just yourself with the universe. It feels like the universe is going to meet you a bit differently because you feel different, and you're behaving like someone who has miles of freedom to roam, rather than somebody who was hobbling down the road with a big ass sack on their back. Okay? 9 of Cups with the Page of Cups. Woof. Opportunities are coming up in September. They are Page of Cups in their smallest form. Okay, so this is not, you know, fully fledged, here I am, yeah, this is the love of your life, or here I am, would you like this job, it's amazing, you're going to love it. It's more a case of, this is a hint of something, this is a glint. I'm kind of seeing in channeled message, you know, sometimes when you see out the corner of your eye something just glinting and winking in the sun. That's it, a bit like this is moon. We'll take the moon, considering that, you know, you're ruled by it, why not? But a glint, and you're wanting to investigate, you're curious. And many of you, let me know in the comments as well, and if this is really dinging your dong, you can hit the hype button if you can find it. Some can find it, some can't. I don't know what to say about the hype button. It's very nice for me if you hit it, and you are the sign that hits it the most every time. So if you can find it, tell everyone else in the comments where it is. I think it's where the comments are. You slide to the left. Anyhow, it feels like you're willing to risk something, and it feels like things are coming to tempt you, and the universe is picking up on your ability to risk things, to stand up for things, to be in this different energy that you probably weren't able to admit that you wanted these things, and you might not in your consciousness have even known that you wanted them, or that you didn't want them, you know, that you didn't want the obligation of doing X, Y, or Z, or even that you were doing things and you don't really quite know why you were doing them. It happens. Life is, oh my God, these cards are brilliant. Life is, I don't know, life is life, isn't it? I'm sure someone sang that once. I seem to remember like doing that. If you know, let me know. Look at you. Look at you. This is like Venus de Milo, like coming out of the waves. And as a water sign, this is the way you're going to do it, isn't it? Even if you have got fire, you're still coming out of the water in this way. You're still coming out of the wave in this way. I love this for you. I love this for you. Gorgeous energy, fight energy, freedom energy. Do you see a big ass backpack? It reminds me, right? True story. When I went to Glastonbury back in the day, and it was really muddy, that year that went on telly, and it was really muddy, and I had a backpack like this, and I stood talking to my friends in the mud, and I felt myself fall backwards, and I literally, you know, like they do on kind of TV, I went like that, and my backpack just pulled me back, and I fell into the mud backwards, and then I went home. I was like, screw you guys, I'm going home. So this is you. Two very different pictures. You shake this bad boy off, not easily, okay, maybe gradually, maybe through some kind of friction like argument, or maybe even something is taken away from you and initially you're sad and you're thinking, shit, I really wanted that, or I was really banking on that, only to realize days, weeks, even months later that it was clearing the way to this open road. I love this. It's hot in here. Is it hot where you are? Tell me what the weather's like. Tell me where you're from. I love that. Tell me where you're from and tell me what the weather's like. Oh. Okay, so this and this. Ding ding, a ding along a ding dong, we get the Ace of Cups. Come on. This is like that, but then it becomes an ace. Yes, 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 yes. I don't care which way it falls, this is an opportunity. Probably multiple. So the other thing I'm going to say as well is that having the confidence that you're going to have means that you don't have to snatch at the first available opportunity. You have the confidence, which is a kind of, it's like a big dick confidence, you know? That sort of swagger, which water signs never have. But you have it, and you have this confidence of, if not this, then the next thing. What's for me will not go by me. And I'm not desperate for that. I'm not, you know, yeah if it fits. No if it doesn't. I'm not scrabbling. I'm not sweating. Well, I'm sweating. I'm not begging. And then the King of Pentacles. I love this. King of Pentacles shows up. Sometimes it's a love relationship where somebody becomes stable or presents stably. Is that a word? Stably? In a stable fashion, in a stable manner. It can also be money. It can be that you get funding, that you get promoted, that you get... It's not normally like a financial windfall. It's more like somebody secure. It's a kind of bank manager card. But in love and relationships, to me, it's someone turning up who is solid, can make and can keep promises. Now, this can be the evolution of someone's behaviour, but it can also be a new person. So let's look at love and relationships, okay? But I like this, but it is not a coincidence. It's not happening through luck, okay? It's happening because the things that you, and this is really important, the things that you were willing to shoulder before, you are not willing to shoulder now, okay? So where does this take you? Let's see. Where does this take us in love? Love. Yes! Mr. Manbag is back. Ooh, you're feisty this month, Cancer. Oh my God. Okay. Knight of Cups. Yes. Yes. I love this for you. Oh my God. I love this for you. Can the King of Pentacles please stand up? And in comes the Knight of Cups. It's like the sea just blew this person in. I like this a lot. I question the man bag and I want your thoughts on it, please. For me, and someone said this, it was a different sign. Someone said, if it's utilitarian, it can still be sexy. I think so, because then someone might have turned up to fix the kitchen sink or screw in a light bulb or take out my bin. Yes, come in. Service is my love language. But if it's an actual man bag, I mean, if he's catching like something in the sea, if he's collecting shells, even that will do. But if it's just a man bag for man bag's sake, it's up there with man bun, and I'm a no. I'm a no to the man bag, and I'm a no to the man bun. But I want your opinion in the comments. I think this is very important. But seriously, King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. This is good. It's the energy of the Knight of Cups is more than the page. The page is the beginnings. The page is sometimes in the right of way. It's like, it can be like a really short text message, the page, which is nice sometimes, but you can't dine out on that forever, you know? It's, the page is just this twinkle. But the Knight of Cups is, I need to bring something. I need to make an entrance. I need a man bag. No. I need to make an entrance. I need to arrive. I need to arrive. But, look, we've also got the Eight of Cups. For some of you, and let me know if you think it might be you. This, and this, and this, and the freedom, and the power. You're saying things and you're cutting people out that you never thought you would, or at least giving them distance until they can show up. You're not going to find yourself genuinely, which is great because you don't have to mess around. You're just not going to find yourself so attracted to dissonance. That's so important. You're not going to be so attracted to cognitive dissonance. If the behavior of somebody is making you think, what? Or I wonder, or if only. Sometimes as water signs, and I'd love you to weigh in the comments, because this is probably not a popular opinion, but I'm a Pisces, you're a Cancer. This is what, you know, what I've observed. I feel like water signs it's a thing that we have where we can be attracted to intrigue and unavailability. And it's probably our shadow side, and I don't know why we have it, and I would love you to let me know in the comments, and I bet you've got loads of really interesting insights. But sometimes you get moments like we have in September that sweep through you as a water sign, and you behave unexpectedly, and your tolerance for that, it's still there and it still fires off in you, but it also, you can resist it, and you can also shut it down by distancing. You don't move towards it, it starts to repel you. And that is sometimes the only way that somebody steps up, is because finally you aren't attracted to it when they're not stepping up. Yes. There, the sun. Now you're ruled by the moon. You don't, the sun is not your energy. It's the energy of Leo. So those of you that are on the cusp, well, let me know in the comments. Do you love a cusper? I do. Complicated bunch, you lot. At the same time, you're sort of normally in moon energy, which I fully relate to as a Pisces, but you're stepping into the sun. You are stepping into the sun. And when it comes to relationships, you are willing to shine a spotlight on things that previously you would have allowed to stay in this subliminal moonlight. Is it here? Is it not? I don't know. I need to look harder. I need to search. I need to do ritual. I need to... And then you're like, if it's not immediately obvious to me now, I'm not going to go looking for it. Some of you have a situation, I think, where you're working out whether the King of Pentacles can step up or not. And before, you would have given this a lot more time and leeway. And now you're willing to walk away. Doesn't mean you will, you might not, but you're willing to. And that does a lot for your energy. In the extended love reading, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at the King of Pentacles, and I'd be interested to know if any other kings come up, because we had a king last month. And I'm feeling this king, queen, someone who is willing to stand up and be counted. Oh, you Cancerians, you do this to me every time. Drop a million crabs in the comments if you've been with me for a number of years, as a lot of you have, because you're a loyal bunch, and so am I. In fact, come on and tell me, right? I want to know, and don't cheat. I'm going to give you a second. What card came out just now? Oh my God. Oh, you lot. Okay. Well, I'll show you this other card, then I'll tell you which card it is to give you the chance, okay? Two of Pentacles, you're juggling. Somebody may be presenting in two different ways. Sometimes you think they're reliable, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you think you know them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel you completely know them and they've told you this and it's like you've connected, and sometimes it feels disconnected. And you're juggling those things. But this becomes a lot easier from September. The King of Swords. Oh my Lord. This person will not quit. This is when somebody has, well, I mean, you could probably bloody tell me by now, it's the difficult dog to keep on the porch, it's the mysterious, it's the person you have a really good mental connection with. But when it comes to feelings, they can be really tricky. I like that you get the Seven of Pentacles. You're in a much more practical mode. And you just have that fire lit under your arse. I think somebody's going to be surprised. 10 of Wands, yes. It becomes too painful to stay the same. You are not. Your whole thing about love, about relationships, about the job that you've got, about the journey you're on, about you're dealing with your family, about dealing with anybody is this. You shrug off this burden, and what does it mean? What does it mean for you? sets something in motion, and it's kind of very powerful how it comes out. I love that. It almost opens this arch of opportunity. And this could be something in a relationship you've been working on for ages and not been able to fix at all. And now it seems to just happen, but it's not luck, okay? The Four of Cups. You may spend time, particularly in relationships, taking your time to just feel something and not act, okay? And that is fine. Just because you have the fire doesn't mean you're just flying around in action. You're still a Cancerian. You need to absorb things first, and then you make your move, or you retreat. And no one retreats better than a crab. Queen of Pentacles, you're patient and you're willing to wait for the real thing and what's right. And the Page of Wands, the little fire starter. Bingo. In the extended reading, we're going to ask, will the real king please stand up? This King of Pentacles, what happens next? What happens when you drop this heavy burden? And for some of you, it's dropping the burden of insecurity. What does this do for you in this love connection? It's a very granular reading where I look at your energy and I look at the other person's energy and everything in between. See you on the other side. It's linked below if you want that one. Brilliant reading. I'm really bloody happy for you. Namaste.